Hello, everyone. I have bronchitis, and it's making it a little difficult to focus. I had some other recovery issues as well. I worked 12-hour shifts over the weekend, and I only got about 4 or 5 hours of sleep the whole weekend because of constantly drowning in my own action. I decided, partially because I couldn't sleep anyway, and because I wanted to eat more, and I wanted to have some kind of training stimulus occur, since it had been 3 days since my last session, that I would come in and just see what I could do. And it turned out, while I was warming up, breathing is very difficult when you have shit in your lungs. So I decided that rather than try to go for reps, I would just try to hit a training max and see where I am at. Because holding my breath for one rep, as long as it's not outside of my capability, is at least something I'm not going to pass out from. I didn't want to be hacking up shit all over my gym in the middle of a set. I included a little bit more setup footage each set, just to show the difficulty that I was having in terms of setup. I pulled a muscle in my back putting my damn seatbelt on. Okay. This is the level of pathetic recovery that I'm talking about. So you'll see me, I think it's particularly on my left side that I was having this issue, where I was just doing this like explosive rowing motion, trying to wake it up and trying to wake myself up, I suppose. I didn't do a lot of amping up. I didn't psych myself up to do these sets. And this is the training max right here. I don't think I've pressed 95 pounds overhead yet. This may be a PR for me, which would be great. It's certainly a sick PR, which is, using some sort of handicap to set the conditions for the PR, like saying, this is my beltless PR, or this is my strapless PR, or whatever. And this is my inability to breathe properly PR. Wonderful. It just so happens to be my PR overall as well. So I'm hoping that just means my PR when I'm not dying is going to be even better. If nothing else, it was at least convenient because I could warm up with 95 pounds for my squats. Ordinarily, I would prefer to do deadlifts on Monday. For no particular reason. I think it may just be some sort of comfort carryover from when I was more of a lean gains advocate, when I was a fanboy of Martin Birkin. I can't remember his last name. Martin Cheesecake Man. I believe a lot of his blog posts spoke of deadlifting first in the week. And I just like doing that now. Whenever I don't know what to do on Monday, I just sort of feel like deadlifting. However, today, I was having so much trouble breathing, that I felt when I would get into the bottom of a deadlift, I would probably just throw up. And I spend more time at the bottom of a deadlift than I do at the bottom of a squat. And at least with squatting, I have the stretch reflex to get me out of it. And all that combined was just like, well, the bracing is probably still going to suck. But I reasoned that if I was able to properly Valsalva under a press load, I would be able to do it for my squatting. Because in terms of just supporting my midsection, it doesn't really feel that different for me when I'm doing high bar squatting versus overhead pressing. If I was any good at front squatting, I'm sure that would be similar as well. But at least with the Olympic back squatting, it's not so much. I don't have to be as upright as I do with a front squat. And I think I'm pretty much as wide as I can be right now. At some point, I'm going to want to do pause squatting and improve my mobility through just forcing myself into the position. Today's not that day. I don't want to deal with anything. I just want the barest possibility of some sort of training stimulus. I would have been happy if all I could do was the 95. And it's like, but I was just trying to be honest with myself. It's like, is this really where I'm done for today? And I just like, no, I have so many reps left in the tank. I'm going to keep going. And I'm grateful to have the sweatshirt back on because it was cold in the gym. You'll notice right at the end of that clip, the microplates, which I never used for this session. I had an entirely different plan for the session before I got sick. I was originally going to just continue with the sets of 3, which would have called for the microplates. And I thought, I'm going to get in there, I'm going to do the warm-ups, and if I feel up to doing sets of 3, then I at least don't have to walk all the way back to the locker room to get my microplates. I even changed my loading scheme so that my progress wouldn't even be as much as it should have been if I wasn't sick, just because I didn't want to have to carry all of the microplates to the gym in my gym bag. It was just like, that was a sign to me that like I wasn't feeling well, because the microplates together I think is like a total of 5 pounds or something. And it's a really thick stack of plates, sure. It's like it covers my entire grip span basically. So it's awkward to handle, but it did just feel heavy. I just felt so not just weak, but vulnerable today. My skin, just touching anything. I didn't even want to take a shower at the gym after this workout. I just went home and I ate and I slept for about 4 hours, and then I woke up and made a pretty solid post-workout meal of eggs, bacon, toast, and then some steel-cut oats, which I'm getting into quite a bit lately, especially that they are so nutritious and feel really good, shoving down all the phlegm in my throat. It's disgusting, but I think I'm going to probably be eating more steel-cut oats instead of instant oats, and I think I'm introducing them at the right time since I can't taste anything anyway. So if they taste terrible, it doesn't matter because I'll be habituated to eating tasteless oats anyway. But that's all I've got to say about my training for today. Maybe I'll get back in tomorrow. I guess we'll find out. Thanks for hanging out.